living my life in the factory.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a really special guest in the building. Listen, we call this man the Juno God. He has 5 Junos, 7 nominations. Listen, he's a singer, songwriter, producer, and everything. You know, we have in the building today, we have Exco Levi in the building today. What's going on, big boss?
Go on, Muscle.
I'm great, family. Yourself?
Yo, your introduction, yo.
It's just, you know, sometimes when somebody puts everything together, what you do is just you realize, oh, okay, I really do all of this.
Yeah, so it just come fluently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Give
mean?
thanks. Thank you very much for having me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. Thank you for coming to the Entertainment Report podcast.
Give thanks. I always watch it. Always a fan.
Yeah.
You know, we are bridging for a long time. You know what I mean? I was just telling you just before the interview that, you know what I mean, you are a person in the industry that we should recognize and love and embrace, because we already not having a lot of platforms, you know what I mean, and you're always involved in somewhat form with this industry in Canada, you know what I mean? So
you see, when you love something, boss,
yes,
and you're passionate about it,
yeah, man,
that's what it really comes down to, where you figure I could fit in some way, somehow. You just continue, keep it moving.
For real, man. Keep it up, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks.
Definitely. Well, on this program, as you know, we take it right from the beginning and then bring it right up to now. Yeah. So my first question for you is this. What part of Jamaica did you grow up in, and what type of child were you?
Well, you know, I mean, I don't do these kind of interview regular, where it's a heart and soul that people can, you know what I mean, probably just 5 minutes a person just ask something and just answer.
Yeah.
But back to your question, I'm from Manchester. I was born in Manchester, a place called Harmons. You know what I mean? Harmons. And, you know, on the way to Mandeville, the best way to describe it, on the way to Mandeville, I reach a poorest police station right here. You just make a left and go over into the mountains. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm from. It's a small community called Harmons, you know what I mean, in Manchester. Yeah, man, that's where I'm from. And as a kid growing up, I was just love to make noise, as my grandmother always said. Sing too much and make too much noise. Tap nice on my head, make me ears damn grass. And them kind of vibe. I was a happy kid, you know what I mean? Never like to stay home. Always on the road playing football, or, you know what I mean, I make drum or I make guitar or them type of vibe. I was that type of kid.
Always on the go, always moving around.
Always moving, yeah.
And what did you think you were getting to growing up, or what did your parents want you to be growing up?
Well, my parents, they were Christian people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because my mom is from Manchester, but my dad is from Clarendon, which is neighboring parish. You know what I mean? So I used to go to church every Sunday, you know. And my dad left from Clarendon when he was 15 years old and come to Manchester to DJ on a sound system.
Okay.
And that's how he met my mom, you know, when he was only 15 years old.
Yeah.
So, as a kid, does church, going to church, you know what I mean, playing karachi, playing gun war, going to school, knock on the bench, singing old nigga spiritual songs. You know what I mean? That was Exco Levi life, growing up as a youth. Yeah, man. That
was your thing, get it. So then now you're doing all this. Do you think you were going to get into music, or that was really your thing at first?
Well, mostly, to tell you the truth, you know, all of my life is deja vu, you know what I mean? I mean, everything what I'm for Exco Levi don't surprise me. Because, as I said, growing up as a youth in Manchester, my grandmother liked to cook in the night. So she always sent me with the aisle bucket to buy Kersnell, because we never have electricity. And I used to picture the cornfield and the yam field as a crowd of people. In my subconscious mind, I used to perform for them, you know what I mean? So it's just come like, it's like, all right, even anything happen for Exco Levi in music now, I'm probably one of the only person who don't surprise. Yeah. Even when I want all these Junos, I'm never surprised, because it's like you see to envision it, you know what I mean, from within, from them time till now. Yeah,
it was in your mind somewhere. Yes. You knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, So I never understand what deja vu is until I start to realize, because I always see it. So after the older I get, I start to read up on deja vu and realize what it meant, you know what I mean? Because one time I want to sick me sick, because something where I mess, but me see this already. Yeah, so from a youth growing up, I always see these things.
All right. So, okay, your dad was doing music. His name was Mr. Cool?
Yeah, Mr. Cool.
Yeah. He was doing his stuff, sound system and stuff. What other artists were you listening to at this time where you say, you know what, I like what they're doing right here?
Well, as I said, I grew up mainly on gospel music, going to church, the hymnals. Used to sing the hymnals, the Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, let's save a wretch like me. You know what I mean? We used to listen to those songs, but my grandmother used to listen to the radio station. Like all through the night, because she don't want to miss the horoscope in the morning at 6 o'clock. So we grew up in one room, you know, So my papa draw the curtain and gone for them side and sleep. And me and my sister, my cousin, them on one bed. We are fight for sheet. And all of this experience is sung on the Countryman album, my first album, you know what I mean? So she used to play the radio all night, not to miss the horoscope 6 o'clock in the morning. So I used to hear on the radio, you see your song like Baltimore by the Talblins. You know what I mean? You know, from in the early morning, I mean, you used to hear Johnny Be Good Tonight by, you know what I mean? And I started to realize now, there was a sense of a different energy and feeling come over me when I heard those songs. You know what I mean? That's when I get to realize that it's not only gospel music can give you a good vibe and feeling. So that's where it started off for me, those 2 songs. Baltimore, Johnny Be Good Tonight by Peter Touch. And I have to say, Lucky Dube have a song say, hey Rastaman, hey European, let's come together as one. They used to play on the radio, the JBC. So that's when my ears started developing, listening to different artists and different sounds, you know what I mean?
And I guess because you were in the church and stuff, the stuff you were drawn to was more cultural, it wasn't as hard.
Yeah, because I hear those, exactly, you get it all right there.
From there, okay, so you're doing your stuff now. So then when did you actually start to make moves towards music? Was this in high school? What were your moves towards music?
Well, in high school now, when I leave Manchester when I was 14 and go to Clarendon to live in Waterlane with my father's side of people. Then my father on that side is also genuine stalwart Christian with my grandmother, Christian home, but they were Seventh-day Adventists. So, you know, not Seventh-day Church of God, Adventist, same thing, same concept.
Saturdays.
Yeah. So guess what used to happen now? Remember, you know, living from Manchester, loving music and hearing all these songs. When I reach Waterlane, you know, some of the biggest stage shows that keep in Waterlane keep on a Friday night, which is Sabbath night. So, you know, say, can't go. So me sit in my bed and hear the artists that perform, the Everton Blend, all of them. Just I hear them out to the center perform and, you know what I mean? And going to church every Saturday, I started to learn to play the keyboards. Okay. You know what I mean? And all of that. And one day I was walking home from church one Sabbath, and a brother named Richie, he called me and he said, I have something to make your ear. I have a headphone, and he put on his headphone on my ears, you know what I mean? And then play a Sizzla song. Yo, my church, I come from in a long sleeve shirt, and I'm a long sleeve shirt, I'm a tie, and him play a Sizzla song. Like, I say, get these words off the vine, fall here and press right away. Brother, when the man play that song, I say, because I'm merely gospel, you have it in your mind, you know, man, they going to church and things. I hear the song now, so I guess I start now. I start to tune in for Elise Kelly. Every morning, I used to turn on the radio low. And the house because, you know, a Christian home. And I start hearing play. Persistent is to try to hold this pressure. Nice man, I start hearing play. Song like, no, like, them love you, them got to know, yo, bro. Like the feeling, the energy, I'm like, yo, I think this is the direction I want to go, you know what I mean? And from there, leaving high school, I attended the Ebony Park Art Academy, and I was there boarding institution for around 3 years. You know what I mean? I used to go to festival, the JCDC festival, play the Dinky Mini Drums. Okay. You know what I mean? Sing those old niggas spiritual songs and enter festival, win gold, and you know what I mean? So at Ebony, I think when I leave Ebony Park around 2001, that's when I started to take music like serious, because that time I was around 17, 18. You know what I mean? Up in that age, and I used to work in Mandeville. You know what I mean? And one day I walk into Mandeville town. First, I thought the story in life. I walk into Mandeville town one day because I couldn't find a studio. Because I have a song in my head, and I couldn't find a studio to record it. And I walk up into Mandeville town and I saw this guy in a plaza, in Mandeville Plaza. He have a book in his hand, and I have a pen and write. And I say, yo, General, I try to find a studio, you know. Man say, artist. I say, yeah, man. I say, I play keyboard and everything, you know. Man say, one studio to write a song. That guy was Khago. Yes, Virgin.
Just like that.
Just like that. I say, what your name? I say, my name is Chicago, you know. Music me do, you know. So I say, what you do? I say, I work down the road, and the man say, yo, if you do music and music alone, you have to do, you know, you can't work, you know. I must have tell the truth. The man convinced me if he left me look a job, you know. Yo, the man, yo, but like, it's a go back right there, it's a forward back to me, you know, the man convinced me, say, yo, for music, and music alone. That's why I can honestly tell a person say music is jealous, you know. Music is like your woman in your yard, and if you don't give it time, you will probably do music for years and never achieve nothing that you want to say. Oh yeah, but music jealous, music is like your woman in your yard. You have to give it time.
All the attention.
You have to suffer with it, just like you suffer with the woman in your yard and say, yo, wait, I say you have to suffer with music, you know what I mean? So the thing is that when he bring me to the studio, the guy named Stingray, Stein recording studio in Mandeville, small studio, the youth said to me, say, what you do? I say, me sing, you know. Me do harmonies and me play like a keyboard with them, and he was surprised, you know what I mean? And he must said to me, say, listen, you know, say, he said, play a set and he give me a keyboard. And I go, do you want to play two things? He say, yeah. Yeah, but you know, guess the man tell me, say, the man say, listen, I'm leaving on tour in 1 week. And I don't know when I come back to Jamaica. I leave for 6 months and I don't have nobody for run the studio. That the man tell me in the bed, the man say, me I leave the studio give you. So me I use 1 week to teach you how to record.
Yeah.
That time outside, you know, we have Jamies, we have Terry Lynn and all them artists outside. That was the main dub plate studio from Mandeville.
Okay.
Like, you know, dub plate, advertisement, jingles. That was the main hub in Mandeville at the time, you know what I mean? So the gentleman end up leaving Jamaica and leave his studio in my hand. At the time, we record with a thing called Adobe Audition. And we use FL Fruity Loops now to make rhythm. And him teach me that in 1 week. Him say, listen, I don't know how you gonna do it, you can see it by him face. At the time, I never really know much about computer. I go into high school, computer, them only used to teach you to identify parts of the computer. We never able to use it. But I take 1 week and practice and say, I say record, this is solo, this is mute. You know what I mean? And he left. And when him come back, man, in a 6 month time, man, every artist across Mandeville, them say, yo, this youth, him no have to do my thing them. Because we spend nights and nights and practice and listen to the dub plate them back in the car and realize that the vocal is too high. Turn it down and we practice and me teach Khago for record and him teach me for record. We just record each other. So at the time now, every new rhythm we release in Jamaica, hard times, we search the whole Mandeville and the whole Mapen trying to get those instruments because we have a studio at our disposal. So we just want those rhythm to go into this and we write song for all of those rhythms. I'm tell you this happened for around 7 years straight. We have studio, we just have get rhythm and record songs. And that's how it started off professionally for Exco Levi from right there.
And Khago was involved with a lot of this time here too?
Yes, we there right here. As a matter of fact, we rent an apartment together in Mandeville. Me and him and the next brethren, and the three artists, and we rent the apartment and we lived there for years, just going to the studio every day and doing music. And I think changing from there, you know, a gentleman come to the studio once. He's a producer, big up TJ, Triple Platinum Records, and he saw me in the studio and he said to me, say, I like your talent. And he said, see you? There's something different about you. He said, you ever travel yet? I said, no. He said, set up a passport. And the man set up my passport. It's around 2002, 2003. Yeah, man. And the man came to Trinidad the first time I go up on plane. And we spent 1 year at Trinidad. We have studio over there and we start record with some Trinidadian artists, the Maximus Dan and all them people. And that's where it I think from there, back to Jamaica, then to Canada. Everything just flourished from that point.
Before we even get too far, how did you get your name?
All right. When I used to go to Ebony Park, I used to play a lot of soccer, even though I still play. So they used to call me Escobar. You know what I mean? That was my name at Ebony Park. If anybody from Ebony Park watch this podcast, they say, oh, Escobar. I don't follow nothing knows my name is Exco Levi. Okay. Can you help me all the time? Because I went away. I was in Norway, and the DJ for the club, the man say, oh, Exco Levi, love the music and everything. I look at him good, you know. Like, you know, they see somebody and I say, so the man come at the hotel after the show, you know. And I say, where you come from? The man say, I come from Milk River, Clarendon. So I say, brother, you don't know me? The man goes, so, but I look probably good. The man say, Escobar. like the man can't believe what you, bro. I know you name Exco Levi, the man can't believe.
Yeah, it's
but
me.
Yeah, so they used to call me Escobar when I go in the park. I used to play a lot of soccer, even though we still play, as I mentioned earlier on. So when I become a Rastafarian now, you know what I mean, we just get rid of the bar, because you know bar make you jump. And next artist is a Jamaican named Exco, E-S-C-O. So I just move the S and put X. And one time I was in Mandeville and this Rasta Bobo youth, my twin, them always stand up in a Mandeville town. My twin, two Bobo youth. And he hear me sing and him say, which month you born? I say, June. The man say, oh, that's why you're so powerful. The man say, Levi. The man say, add Levi to your name. So it become Exco Levi. The man say, purple your color, you know. And that's why I realized that from my youth, purple is always my favorite color. And now you realize why people like Prince say purple rain and rain, because it's just a high majestic powers that travel with the band June when it comes to talent and you know what I mean, that spiritual
it's
vibe.
It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, yeah. So we just add Levi to Exco Levi, you know what I mean? And just stamp it down into existence.
That's how you got it. You're crazy. Okay, so you're doing your stuff. You said you went to Trinidad your first time here. Your first song that you recorded. You remember your first song you recorded?
The first song I recorded is a song named Mr. P. I don't even remember it. But every time I register to see me, I say, I can't record it. I say, you remember your song named Mr. P? Like, yeah, we don't remember the song. But that was my first song. I don't remember the melody or anything, but I remember the name Mr. P.
And that was recorded under Exco Levi?
Exco Levi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Exco Levi.
Yeah. Okay, so you went to Trinidad, you did your stuff over there for about a year.
Yeah.
You came back now. Why did you decide to come to Canada now instead of continuing to pursuing music in Jamaica at that time?
Well, when I went back to Jamaica, because I married to my ex-wife from when I was around 19. So even when I went to Trinidad, I was filing for, you know what I mean? My son born here while I was in Jamaica. You know what I mean? So the reason why I leave Trinidad is because the papers was actually going through. So I went back to Jamaica and I was working for Silvercat. So I no longer in Mandeville, I'm in Klein and now in Silvercat House. That I'm Pro Tool, the transition to Pro Tool. And I remember Silvercat I toured Beanie Man, them same guy friend, and him came back him M-Box. You know what I mean? And him up in him studio and him with him yard. O'Neal, big up yourself, O'Neal Matdan and friend, bridging like this. So with that Mape and we had Billy Rhythm and it was us. I left from Silvercat yard to Canada. Yeah, because we is bridging, you know what I mean? So we used to live that. I remember the day when I came to Canada, to the 20th of August, 2005. It was a Saturday. And that day, Beanie Man kept summer Sizzla at Mapen. And Silvercat was performing. And I said, yo, man, I got fired that day. Yeah. I remember vivid. I don't forget those things, you know what I mean? So to Canada now.
So then when you got to Canada, was your intention still to pursue music, or what was your thought when you came to Canada now?
Well, you know, as me were talking about it earlier on, to love something is different from having a passion for it. You know? Listen, me know, in my head say, my time in Canada would be limited because me just know say, if the right producer here, Exco Levi, Jamaica, me go boss, like me can't feel it. I say, I see these things, you know. You see in your subconscious mind, and I feel it, you know what I mean? So I tell myself, say, yo, me that Canada, I just do me, I feel like I have my youth, life in the factory, and but me know, say, me have to go back to Jamaica because I just accept the opportunity, you know what I mean, per se. But deep down in my heart, my heart was with music, you know what I mean. So that's why when I came to Canada, I started to search for music all over the city. I start ask with the band there, and you know what I mean, and all these things, and people start giving me information. You know. Because
I was talking to Double Six the other day, and he reminded me that you were an engineer over at Sniper.
My first job in Canada was at Sniper, yeah.
Sniper.
I come from Jamaica with a lot of knowledge, record and various, so Sniper, right at Eglinton and Dufferin, upstairs, you know what I mean? When we just come again, my first job that. So I start balance dub plate, and I remember them, see them, Double Six, them, and Stitch them coming in the studio, and I remember we sound, so they want a dub. I said, I can't do a dub, you know? Yeah. And I did dub, man, I said, move around the board. You say, yo, you want to say, yo, you don't have to do no engineering. Move around the board. You know what I mean? So, and even, you see, mostly it's a very good thing to be humble, you know? Because me can tell you this. 2013 when I went back to Jamaica, I sang play on the radio every day in Jamaica, and people started to know Exco Levi. Silvercat look at me and tell me, say, you're the wickedest youth me know. I say, why? Because me record Silvercat for years and they don't know my artist.
Okay.
Because I have never tried to, you know what I mean?
He was doing his thing, you didn't want to push into his thing.
No, me never. The man say, I know, man say, Exco, yo, man say, when he hear me sing on the radio, him can't believe, man say, yo. Me say, all the time when you do your thing, me I do my thing, but me never want, you know what I mean, impose upon your thing, so me just record you, all night with them recording, because we used to go to town, go get all of the new rhythm them. Yeah. And me I record him, like, so we carry the file and go back to town, and me and him every day, and I have never go around the mic and singing thing. So it's just good to be humble. It's the same thing when I'm there Sniper, and when they came there, I might do a one dub plate. I say, "No, man, you don't have to do on the board, man. You sing if you sing." So Double Six, shoot.
For sure. Shoot. How long were you over at Sniper for?
Probably around a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, and then someone introduced me to Banks, Major Banks. So he have a band, the band named the Black Eskimo Band. You know what I mean? I started to play keyboard and sing with them. And every Friday night we used to play at Oakwood and Van.
Yes.
At that local spot there, people used to come and Yo, my life, as me tell you, say, yo, most of my life, at first I thought these things, my life is different, yo.
Yeah.
You know, I was at Oakwood and Van one night playing, one Friday night. And just like I mentioned earlier, when the gentleman come in the studio and see me and say me different, I see me this youth, named Bitter was Gary, big up yourself, him call me yesterday, you know. The man, I look for me so all night and I Oakwood and Van, and when the show done, you know, the man go forward over to me and the man say, my youth, you can't sing it, the man say, my lad, my artist, you know. The man say, you know about studio? I say, I know everything about studio, man. The man say, what do you mean? The man say, yo, Friday night, and the man say, tomorrow morning where you live? I say, I live at Gina Richie, you know. I just come in and I know the place. The man say, yo, as a morning light, answer your phone. Next morning, I see my phone ring. I don't know the youth from now, and the man come, you're a virgin. I tell someone about my life, and that man don't understand the journey, you know what I mean? The youth forward and the youth to listen to me. I'm not rich, I work at Dempster's Bakery downtown. But the man say, I see something different in you. The man say, see, the man say, if you know about studio, come, I jump in the man car. And I go land on my queen. The man say, take what you want for studio. Believe me, my lad. I tell people these things and them think a joke. Yeah, man. And I use to the right I can. The man say, take what you want. And I go, so I take up 2 monitor. Because I have a studio experience in Jamaica, I know exactly what it need. So I go, so bumps and take up 2 monitor. And I take up 2 monitor, I take up a computer. The man say, no, man, take Mac. And I take up Mac. And I load up a car, you know. I must say, this you tell me, yo, I tell you, bustle. The man said to me, say, yo. Me said to him, say, where you put the studio? And me live, apartment, me live for that. The man say, oh, Reggie, you know, say, I just moved to Brampton and go live in about, guess, my mother. I have 2 rooms, I used to have a room where I used to stay in, right down a Oakwood and Van here, down a Rogers Road. To be exact, the man said to me, say, you know, say, my mother have an empty room, because I used to stay in, but I live in Brampton now with my wife. The man say, yo, we are putting it in a room. Yo, Bridget, we go down there, no? We put a table and put up a studio in a Bridget. That time, I get a job for do. I get a job for do taping. Like for tape, smooth off the drywall. But I just do it because you come to Canada, you have to just find something to do, you know what I mean, my lad? So I just did it and I do it. At the time, I work on a building downtown, right in front of Much Music. Much Music across the street.
Okay.
And we are working on the building and we are sand it and clean. Me and a bread in Wonder Bread. Big up Wonder Bread. He's from Maple Dance, so the great Wonder Bread. And Wonder Bread did that we are working on the building. So we have the studio there. And every day I go there and, you know, me build some rhythm in a garage band. I'll never forget. Because you know, say every mark forward the garage band on it. You know what I mean? I play the progression from garage band from C down the scale. And, you know what I mean? Just I build something because we just have the place. And this happened the Sunday. The Monday now, the Sunday night, my son teach me to sing the national anthem. Because I must be just forward, you know. I just forward I can't, you know. I tell you the truth, I teach me to sing the national anthem, you know what I mean? With my baby, I say, next day we go to work now and we the right before Much Music. We up on the building a sun thing, you know, and we are listening to the radio. And I hear Jackie or song where him say, I'm looking for a perfect place called Jamaica. Island in the sun. Like me hear it on the radio, and we are working on my brother. Say, yo, Exco. So I go and the man say, right now, all I hear brother, they know say, you don't care right now. They go that thing say, you don't care to live some big life now, and I say, yo, I want a whole heap of work me I put in. That the man said to me, and me then man with the sun and me like saying, I listen to the song for the radio. I listen to the film conversation, and I listen to my brain kind of split. Mentally, I listen to him and I listen to the song for the radio. I mean, I hear the good spirit. Because I travel with a thing named Good Spirit, you know. The good spirit said to me, say, why you not sing a song like that? So, I question the spirit. I question the spirit, and I say, why would I sing a song like that? Jackie already singing a song about Jamaica, which is a nice song. Guess what the spirit returned to me and said to me, boy, you live in Canada now. Me I say, me hear the spirit say, boy, you live in Canada now. And me say, oh, Canada, sweet, sweet Canada, please don't leave me alone. My home away from home. Yo, that's when me say that. Just that once me say that, me say, one bread comes and look out to the room. I say, a fool sang that. Me say, he just come to me a while ago, and the man say, my lad, that bad. That the man said to me, the man said, my youth, that bad.
One time.
When the man said that to me, I say, right now, you know me, can't wait to finish work, to go back home in the studio where we buy yesterday, you know. Figure put it down pan. You know what I mean? If you go record it to the Belgian, I couldn't wait to leave downtown. And I take the subway, Eglinton, and I better turn Richie way side. I just turn down Rogers Road side. I say, I have to go into the studio. Belgian, so I go into the studio, I play on C to G to A. Somewhere along here, the progression is. You see the same melody, I have to show you how frequency and energy go down when you'll have a passion for something. The same melody when I find, not the day, just go match straight for the progression that I play for my Sunday. You know my lad, I say,
It's energy.
Energy, you know what I mean? And what is for you is just gonna be for you, you know what I mean? And I say, when I do it in the muscle, I say, me alone, and my virgin mother house, and I listen to it over and over, you know? And I say, this bad, you know? Virgin. My virgin forward from work in a Dempster's bakery, the man pull the door and the man walk upstairs. Man just bust the door and see him, look on him face, man say, how that? I said to him, say, and me, man, the man said, my lads. So I went and write a song there. So he said to me, I said, you know, said today. The man said, my youth, make a put out it now. I said, no. I said, listen to me. I'm not going to work tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. You see what I mean? That time when I come to Canada, you know, an artist bust in America named TPN with the auto-tune thing. You know the auto-tune thing there?
Yes, man.
I said to him, say, we not release it yet. The man said, why? The man said, tomorrow. I say, you have money? Yo, the man say, yeah, man. I say, yo, tomorrow we are go back down there and we are go buy a thing named auto-tune. The man say, what that? I say, you know yourself, but you go and know our man. Imagine, the next morning, I go to Pearly. As long as I can open by auto-tune 8. I remember I can't forget these things in the Virgin. I go home and slap it on the computer in the bed, so I put on auto-tune on it and bucky. I be whistle out. I say, what? Virgin, when I put the auto-tune on it, when I be whistle out, I say, hey, I hit this.
No, you're ready.
Virgin, I mix it myself and everything. And we print up 300 CD, a green CD, I'll never forget it. A green CD we print up, you know. We not have the money to put the whole information production. I believe only thing up on the CD is Exco Levi, Rollers Production, because that's a film label.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Man, a green CD, you know, by a lad, that we go and print up, you know. And we have to see them and get out all over the place, and you know what I mean? And but this is what make history now. I came to Scarborough one night at a party down here, and I met a youth named Big Ten. Big Ten, he's have a barber shop out in Oshawa. The youth that Jamaica right now. And he gave me CD. And the man listen to them car and the man say, Muscle, the man say, see a reaction. See a reaction and the man say, brother, this body, I don't know, you know my lie about this body. The man say, listen, you know, so I know a girl when I know Ron Nelson. Say man tell me, you know, Muscle, the man say, yo, you know, I know a girl when I know Ron Nelson. Me say, hey. The man say, yeah man, I go call up and speak and just stay up on the phone. And I carry the girl, I drive the girl, go give Ron Nelson the CD. And I dip on the car, like, I dip on the phone and I listen when he walk in the office and say, Ron, here you here and just come from Jamaica. That time Reggae mean and the artist thing. Oh, yeah, man. Big up Ron, you see Ron Nelson. Bless up yourself. Anyway, stand up. Yeah. My general, you know, say, man, I didn't hear man give Ron. And say, okay, you listen it. At the end of the week, you know. So, you know, say Friday night now. Me tune in on the radio, you know. And I say, hey, why you hear the song? Because you can just feel the energy and the greatness. Already, you know, when I'm dead in the bed, and I say, it was a snowstorm. Me, you know, drive go with Hamilton. Yeah, man, go check one girl on Friday night there, man, and I see a snowstorm, back me up out of Hamilton, and them a clean the snow. I head east, you know, and I stop behind the traffic and I listen to Ron Nelson, you know. I hear Ron Nelson play the song. But when Ron Nelson play the song now, he don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You know, call on him nothing. So I get upset and I say, yo, the man not even
like he doesn't rate the thing.
Yeah, I can say, yo, Virgin, Muscle, no word for lie, brother. So to the end of the program, me and Ron Nelson say, okay. I know why you got this gun on the phone. You don't want to hear the Canada song again. Me say, yes, Ja. Hold them, Ja. Me say, that me hear the man say, okay, I know why you guys calling on the phone. Yeah. You want to hear the Canada song again. And so my driver come in from Hamilton and come at Toronto and say, Ja, anything you say, man, that great is great, you know, man. And them can't underrate, you know. Virgin, man play it, the man still not calling him, you know. So the whole week run off, everybody across the city now starts, yo, that song, what the youth sing about that bad still, and you know, mixed comments. Some people say, why I never sing about Jamaica, Africa. I hear the different comments, but I must say nobody don't know me, because I just forward, because I forward 2005, I sing the song 17, okay. 2007. 2 years after.
So 2 years, right.
So people don't really know who Exco Levi is. Next week now, as Van Nelson go up on the radio, me man say, as Van Nelson go up on the radio, me man say, yo, I have to start the program with a kind of song, Muscle. And from there, so, me know say, yeah.
Gone,
me hold them, yeah man.
That's crazy, because I remember one point, Ron Nelson Reggae Mania, King Turbo, they were playing it. That was a Monday morning ride.
Yeah.
Gary Mullins was playing. It was
big up Beat Money right in the Skabba G jamming them out there. Support the thing too. Kerry Mullins best up yourself likewise. You know what I mean? Yeah man.
So then now the song's out now. What did this do for your career at this point here? Did it start to really outside of the radio? Did it do anything else, or what did it do for your career?
What that song did for Exco Levi, especially here in Canada, is just for people to acknowledge the name. Know that when you there name Exco, him just forward there, him sound good. That was the response I received. Is that enough dub plate. You know what I mean? I remember one time King Turbo clash.
Yeah.
Mighty Crown when that clash then and dry it. I remember a David Radigan dance. You remember that dance at Fabo kept with David Radigan and Barry G, and I remember them play the song in the crowd and then play the song.
Yeah.
And I turn up in the crowd, And I say, yeah man, a blessed new song, man. It's so good. You know what I mean? Like I never know me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So all of them time I just humbless, man. We just said something, I say, give thanks, you know what I mean? And so basically that song was just an introduction to the Canadian audience of Exco Levi, you know what I mean?
Good. Yeah. So you have O Canada now. This is blazing down the place. What were your next moves now? Were you looking for management? Were you looking to produce more music? What was your next move in the business at this time here now?
Me always have a studio, because we bought a studio, so we keep on recording songs. And we did a lot of festival. We do the Montreal Reggae Festival one time. We do the Calgary Reggae Festival. So that song was basically a foot forward in the industry when it comes to Canadian content, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we always a record, but there was just something that missed, that I know personally say that is not the deeper depths or the higher heights where me ever envision from my youth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in my head, me just know say, me have to go make a step. Me have to go back to Jamaica, because I know say, if the right producer hear me, I second time I say that, me know because frequency and energy and me just know say if the right producer hear Exco Levi, they're gonna like my vibe. Because I've never get a negative response. In no you me perform and then nobody don't know me, them always like, yo, it's sound good, you know.
Yeah.
So from this I start to realize that if the right producer hear me, they're gonna like me likewise, because everywhere me go and perform and sing from the Trinidad thing from Jamaica. I remember say, oh, me reach Trinidad is a man coming in the studio and hear me, same thing will happen. So me just know say me have a look of vibe, you know what I mean? But me still never get the stamp up and approval until I went back to Jamaica and started working with Penthouse Records. That's when.
Okay, but before we even get there, how did you connect with Jeff and Nitro?
Well, Nitro studio now used to be the dub plate studio up here. So, every night we used to go to Nitro and we did the whole vibe, cut dub plates and all that. And I think Richie Stevens would do an album launch with Kappa his son. And they were at Nitro, and Nitro tell him about me, because I used to go amongst Nitro them and Jeff them, and he says, yo, Coke and Gag and all them, say, and with the artist, and I believe him play 2 songs for Richie too, and Richie hear it. Yeah, man. So I had the same connection, because I used to go there every night, go whole vibe and things like that. Yeah, man.
So that's how you guys connected. So in between this time connecting, you decided to go back to Jamaica this time.
Yeah, because when Jeff introduced me to Richie Stevens, Richie Stevens say, if you come to Jamaica, you go boss. Like, so you see me say, everybody will be beat, me come across, and he say, if you come to Jamaica, you go boss. And I say, that this is around 2011, thereafter, you know what I mean? And Kappa Cat, him there with Richie, them kill him, his soul rest in peace, them kill him right at Richie Gate. He was right there with Richie, and he said to me, say, man, say, Exco, that time Blackberry around the place. He said to me, say, say, me record for Penthouse all the time for Germain, but the man is a picky producer. And I can't find a song with the man like. He must say, "Mo, you write a song for me." And him send me the song for my Blackberry.
Yeah.
And I listen to the song. I listen to the rhythm and I write a song for him. But because Richie's team to tell me about send me for forward to Jamaica. That deep inner thing that I say Exco. That time my daughter, 2012 now, my daughter born prematurely. on the 23rd of July, I was on my way to Montreal to perform in Barn prematurely. I was in the incubator downtown at Mount Sinai. You know what I mean? But the spirit at me say, Exco, God, Jamaica. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think I'll go on and I say, Jamaica. But same time, Jeff them did a build a studio in Jamaica too.
Yes.
Yeah, so Jeff them say, all right, we are going to Jamaica, you know. So it was a hard thing for me to convince my baby mother now, say, yo, baby in an incubator, and you come to Jamaica. It's like, such a tip, she give me a ultimatum. She said, listen, if you go to Jamaica 1 year and nothing no go on, life in the factory. So, you know, me have to big her up too because she give me that. She said, listen, if you go to Jamaica for 1 year and no go on. So same time, Jeff now make the transition and go to Jamaica and I build a studio and thing there. So me and Jeff cut rent an apartment on Long Mountain in Jamaica and we did it and I work with Film Studio. But that same song that I wrote for Kappa Cat here, when we go to Jamaica with Jeff now, me play it and put it at Kappa Cat ears. And in Blackberry Likes and he wants to say, Exco, this brother in the man to go to Germany tomorrow. So him go to Germany and go record it and Germany ask him say, who write this? Because I know you write it. You know what I mean? So when Germany to that team now, him tell Germany, say, you know, there's a youth from Canada. So Richie say, yeah man, there's a youth from Canada. Germany, you need to hear me now. So youth like that, me run a Jeff studio, you know. So Richie call me and tell me, say, Germany, so me fi sing a song on the rhythm too. The song when I write for Kappa Cat say, now my world has changed since you came in. Happiness for you. And that is the last song him sang before he passed on, before them kill him at Richie Stevenson Gate. You know what I mean? And I remember even when VP released their annual CD that year, his song was number 5 and my song was number 6. And him dead, I said, me feel so, you know what I mean? It was a time, you know what
everything I mean? You could see, but you could see how everything is falling into sequence.
It's just a fall into sequence. Exactly what you said just now. The fall into sequence. So Richie Stevens said to me, say, Exco, German say if you sing a song for the rhythm also, you must come up Penthouse come sing. Me say, no sir. You must send the rhythm come and me sing. You know what I mean? This is the time now when my talent is gonna be judged by somebody who have track record. Who professionally, who responds for the career of Barry Salmon, Buju Banton, Wayne Wonder, Queen Africa, you name it, assassin. So this is the first time a person like that I go hear me now. So with everything with me say me believe and think, now was the time to, if this person give you approval, you stamp. You know what I mean? So I say, me now go to Penthouse gonna record it. I say, send it come. Send the rhythm forward and me voice 3 songs on the rhythm, you know. First 2 songs vibes on the rhythm, you know. And I say, the rhythm sound like a love rhythm, you know. So every artist on the rhythm, they must sing love song because it have a guitar, kind of vibe to it. You know, rhythm work 2 ways, you know. Either you tell the rhythm something and the rhythm tell you something, you know. Sometimes you hear rhythm and the rhythm just tell you something. So I say, everybody will listen to the rhythm, they must sing. From them hear the arpeggio type of guitar, they must think love or... me say, Exco. Boss, you want boss, you know. That time, me say, if I bleach, I must the one for me clothes. Nah, rub no forehead, I mean, I go rub no nose. I know what to look like the king of pop. So me drop a ton of ball in the bleaching shop. So when me say that now, Jeff tell me say, you know things, Jeff says a bad song, but you know things, if you sing that one day. I say, so my mind between 2 songs. When Richie Stevens come on the studio now, I hope we play it. For Richie say, listen, I've been working with Penthouse Records for 30 years. They say, this is the one. And I say, so you know, say, we send the file gang to Germany right now, but me still wonder if we should have go with Jeff with what Jeff say. Because you know what I mean? Because this is the opportunity, you know, you have one chance, you know. And I say, Jaja. So, from around this time till around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I ask my phone, I ring for Richie. I tell me if Jeremy like the song, yes or no. I said, no, man, what go on? Brother, around 2 o'clock, I see my phone, I ring. Richie Stevenson. The man says, Exco. Me know Jeremy, you know, the man not excited about nobody, you know. And the man has put harmony upon your song on the right now, you know, brother. I say, what you say? The man says, Exco, harmony, man, put on your song right now. The man say, I love it, the man say, I come tomorrow.
Yeah.
Next morning, early. Ready. I say, I know me crack that fear that we have in eye, you know what I mean? Next man, Richie Stevenson came through Penthouse Gate, man, and Jeremy look at me and say, man say, listen to me. But this DJ to Jamaica named Buju Banton. The man say, listen, me love singer, me love singer. But so something when me hear you say another song, yeah? And anybody artist boy, I me hear I say them things. So guess what now? Me I go voice you, and you're gonna voice some song for Penthouse Records where you're not gonna hear it for your everyday radio station, and it might not go #1 at Jamaica, but somewhere in the world, it will be playing and you will be touring across the world. Brother, everything where man say, you just come back is an epistle of my life from that day forward. The man start advise me. And then around, me left from Jamaica now and come back to Canada. Then kill Kabaka. You know what I mean? And the rhythm released probably a week before Kabaka died.
Yeah.
So when me go back to Jamaica for Kabaka funeral, because prior to that, every time I put up a song on YouTube, especially the Canada song, it was the only song that I upload on YouTube where I have 3,000 or 4,000 views.
Okay.
Everything I pay 150 and 70 and nobody don't know. You see me? I mean, I said, Judge, what? How may I grow my YouTube thing? You know what I mean? But when I put up the Canada song before all of this, I say 3,000. So I say, Exco, okay. No,
something
Reggie,
there.
when we got a Kabaka funeral, I'll never forget this. Down in the West Pan, we got a Kabaka funeral. I mean, rhythm release and start play on IRFM and, you know what I mean? All parties up on the rhythm. You know, Penthouse that, so all the top artists end up on it. I believe me, Brown Sugar, and was only young artists with the rhythm. So while we do a Kabaka funeral now, Mr. Germain phone a ring. Right at the funeral, I see man take out his phone and put it in his like some man say, yeah man, is that you from Canada?
Yeah.
So come like somebody call him and say, yo. So from there so now, I say, yes go. So like you're going like a vibe with him. He must say, yeah man, is that you from Canada? See it man. It's bad, not you. Him don't know me, I listen to me, because I turn up and I record at the funeral and I hear him talk on the phone, you know. So when the funeral done, he say, yo, your song I go bust, you know. And the man said to me, say, you say me go so? I go up on my phone, I go up on YouTube, I look on the song, I say when a week release, you know. I say around 7 people upload it independently. I say, let's go. I never see my views there yet. I never pass 50 views, I had 70 views yet.
Yeah.
When I look me a box past 5,000 in a week. Virgin, I take the plane to Jamaica, I can't wait to reach Canada. If you come check back on the views again, so reach Canada, check the views. I see me a box up 15, like bless about no man. I tell about in a space of couple hours. I say, you know, say, come fine, something. Something. That was my first Juno award winning song. You know what I mean? 2012. You know what I mean? And from there, so I'm able to convince my baby mother, say, alright, and music straight, because guess what now? One evening I did argue about the music, which direction for going on, man. And you know, one of them time you just say, Exco, you know, say, come back alive in a factory, though. You have to just, because, you know what I mean? And I remember, while I did that talk, I see my phone a ring. And a man said to me, say, like, and I said, this is Muscle, I'm from Germany. And I'm in Canada right now, I'm at Smoke Shop Studio in Brampton, and I want 10 dub plate. That's my 2 songs I have, you know. The man say, yo, I want you to meet me at Smoke Shop Studio. I go say, shit. I left my baby mother right now, I drive with a Smoke Shop Studio. The man say, I'm not 10 dub plate, I want. How much I want? My motor jump, he say $400, I want now, then my motor just drop and change it. The man say, okay, I'll take the 10 of them. Yo, if you build song for a spot, you never find 10 songs, you got 2 songs, you
have to build somewhere.
Yeah, man. And when I say 10 dub plate, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to make that piece of food. And so make the piece of food, I go say, shit. And drive home, and I said to my baby mother, I say, she a nurse, and I say, how much money you make per week? You know, she tell me how much you make per hour. So I go so, and I fold up the Kyle tight. And slap her with it. So I slap her with the Kyle and he goes, yeah, no. You know real, them not real. I say, I want me to come that a while ago. So from this, I never have a music argument. I never have no music problem again. From this, because she realized the potential and realized, you know, music. I just say, yes, you can't take that away from me. So from this, we never have argument. And the rest is history. When I went back to Jamaica, Penthouse sent me around 10 rhythm. And I write them, and when I go back to Jamaica, I figure record. The day I walk in the studio, officially figure record a Penthouse record. No, because remember that song never recorded.
It wasn't
when I walk in the studio, Busy Signal sit down there, so Romeo and Virgo sit down there, so. And the man start, so you know, say I want next nerve-wracking again to them, and I say, and as the man start playing with him, man, and I start sing, man, Busy Signal say, yo, go on next studio, say about artist, go on next studio, man. And from this on, I'm busy. And so, never unchanged from this. So the first man in me, out of the first line, the man said, man, you see about that, this man go a nice studio. And from this on,
that was where...
From this, everything is...
That was a link with Busy right there.
From there.
Because I know another song that came out around that same time there was Save the Music.
Yeah.
Crazy song.
Yeah. That is one of my biggest... When we go to Europe, I have to sing a song there. And that song was produced by Vikings Production. Vikings Production used to be the manager for Romeo. So them start to come up Penthouse now and started know me and Brown Sugar and Dalton Harris and you know, they start advise everybody. Yeah. So that Bleaching Shop song that won the first Juno Award 2012. when that Juno award, when I was, when the song released, I was on Facebook one day because I started realizing I get all 300 new friend requests a day.
Yeah.
I said, but me never start here yet on Facebook and on MySpace, everything. Like the fan base started growing, and then I realized somebody sent me a message and said, yo, we are Sizzla from Germany, and we want to voice some song with you. We hear your song Bleaching Shop down here in Germany, and we love it. And I said, say, yeah, man, Jamaica, me there right now, man. You know what I mean? And me there Penthouse, and I said, man, say, yo, we come to Jamaica. Me not pay no mind. I said, and one day I sit down at Penthouse, man, and I'm going to say, 2 white man walking, 2 tall German, 1 tall German. Big up Oli and big up Josh. Everyone to stand up. The man walking and say, yo, we look for Exco Levi. And busy say, see me, man.
Yeah.
And the man say, yo, here now. We want some song, you know, we travel from Germany, you know. Because we do an EP, we have different artists in Jamaica, and we want some song. How much I want to charge me? Boy. And pricing part, there's a problem with the way the man say, yo, how much I want to charge me? 70 grand a one. Yeah. Man say, okay, me take on 6. Wow, you know, me rich. I'm getting it, man. Because yo, me say, me don't advise the song. I'm going to tell you. One of my biggest songs in Europe is a song called Storms of Life. 2012. And at the time, Sizzla I advised different artists to put on the project. But the project wasn't supposed to name Storms of Life, you know. Okay. And when me voice my song, and I guess what, that song is the fastest song ever written, you know, because the money they write at 2 point. Yeah. And you know what? The money, you know what? The germs cut away, so you have to find song fast, you know what I mean? And they really start playing my right, Storms of Life. And when my voice is still works and them going back to Europe, them call me a week after and say, listen, the CD is gonna name Storms of Life based on your song, you know. My lad, do you know, I must say, our parties up on the CD, you know. Anyone could Google this album, Storms of Life album. My song became the title track for the album, the name of the album named Storms of Life.
Because you guys even shot visuals for that too.
Yeah, and then one after it released in Germany, it became so big across Germany, and thing a year after then come, this is 2013 I believe. He said, listen, we are a sound system we play all across Europe, we're gonna invite you down. It's my first time going to Europe, and the man said, alright. Storms of Life is one of the biggest songs across Europe at the time. So he said, alright, when you come to the tour with me, we just have to shoot the video down here. And we went down there and shoot the video, and I tell you about that. Everywhere we perform, you know what I mean? The Rotterdam Reggae Festival in Spain, we perform at Reggae Jam, Reggae Gill, Fervic Music Festival, all these major festivals, 2013. And from then, it's just history. You know what I mean? We keep on just going back to perform for the people.
And you're doing some work with them. So even now, we're going to go back to Penthouse, because now you started working on the album. Your album that was going to come out would have been called Countryman at this time here. This is 2015. What was it like now working on an album now for Penthouse?
Well, I recorded so much song with Penthouse, too much. You know what I mean? Yo, German have the most song for Exco Levi. You know what I mean? Because I have to show gratitude, you know what I mean? And just by him, and apart from that, even when Donovan Germain come to Canada, him stay at my place. I'm a virgin, you know what I mean? Because Donovan Germain and Denise Jones is like my mentor. They are the one who them taught me some things in the earth where them knowledge where them give me. Guide me. Because I remember saying young people go walk fast and the old people know the way, you know. We don't go walk fast, but them know the journey. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I listen to them. And if I have any problem, the first person I call Miss Jones, or I would call Donovan Germain, because one thing with them, they know if you guide youths, you know what I mean? Because they've been there, you know what I mean? So, Countryman album now, we just put it together because I just like me tell my story, my life. So I always want to present it. You know what I mean, in a musical form, you know what I mean? So we just decided to name the album Countryman and talk about Exco Levi, my life. You know what I mean? And one of the songs that under the album, to because when Germain released the 9.58 rhythm, that's when I did Living My Life in the Factory, you know what I mean? Yes, and Living My Life in the Factory was a real story. Because I was just remembering working in the factory long before all of this happened, you know what I mean? Going to work every day, and sometimes I end up going to a party at night time, you know, up on Sunday night, and they would do that till 3 o'clock. And then I have to wake up the next morning and go to work. I watch it, when they said to work out on the line, every second I drop asleep. And the boss said, so I watch you, and you go in the bathroom when you said so. I try for a quick 5 minutes, you know what I mean? So that was my story. You know what I mean? And when I record that song too, Germain love it. Germain say, yo, actually the bridge of that song was written by Busy Signal because it was right there when me I record it in America. That's the same time him sing song like reggae music again and all that. Yeah, man.
Because they're on the same rhythm.
Same rhythm, yeah, man. 9.58.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, so then everything is building. So then you guys you're linking with Busy, you're linking with Penthouse, everything is going on good. When did Jones and Jones come into the picture now?
Okay, well, 2012, when I won my first Juno award, I was in Europe with Sizzla and I was in Berlin, just getting ready to go on stage. I know that Europe is like 5 hour or 6 hour ahead. 5 hour ahead than us. So while I was getting ready to go on stage, Miss Jones called me up on my phone because I just used to perform on Jambana. So Miss Jones was known to me only as a promoter. You know what I mean? Not in the capacity of a manager. You know what I mean? So she was just like a person who called me and said, Exco, I can give you money to do this show. You know what I mean? And I would say yes, and good. That's how me and Miss Jones used to live. Me and my ISOS. I mean, ISOS apart from them time. Yeah, but my ISOS apart from them time. So he used to just call me and say, listen, I have this gig coming up. I can pay you guys $500. And I remember when Miss Jones became my manager, and we had charged her some big money for some show. I said, Miss Jones, remember I used to charge $500. So she used to laugh. He said, Miss Jones, you used to pay me $500 for the stage. No, you want to charge people a big money there. And you used to pay me $500, such a laugh. He used to always chuckle over things like that, you know what I mean? So I was in Berlin, and she called me, because when I submitted for the Juno Award, I believe it's Blessed, who told me one year that, listen, Miss Jones submit your song for the Junos. Because the Bleaching Shop song was so good, you must say, Miss Jones submit it for the Juno Awards for you, you know what I mean? Because she's reputable and you know what I mean? So make sure submit it and it became a nominated song. So when I was in Europe now, getting ready to go on stage with Sizzla, asked them, I see my phone ring and she said, you've just won the Juno Awards. Just before we go up on stage, and she excited and I'm not excited. I said, why you not excited? Because they don't understand, say, it come at me see these
You've
things
seen all
from
of this.
a long time from me and you. Me always a seat, like me I see greatness when it comes to music. And she said to me, say, well, listen to me. I've been in this industry for years, you know. And there's a stigma around the Juno Awards that whenever you win one, nobody don't hear from you again. So Mr. Miss Jones, let us break the stigma.
Yeah.
She said, what you mean? I say, okay, as from now on, you're my manager. We're gonna break the stigma. We're gonna work together. Because remember, you know, Donovan Germain, them don't really have the time to travel with artists. The only person who me and him used to travel is Jeff. So Jeff used to be right there because Jeff them a film label too. And so the both label used to coexist around each other. You know, Penthouse Records and Jeff them label and me record for the both company. So Miss Jones said, okay. So I said, I'm gonna show you that one Juno Award can define the lion. Never happen and never will. You know what I mean? And from this is history. The 2, the 3, the 4, how much, you know what I mean? And every day she look at me, she say, oh, I remember that night when you tell me, say, let's break the stigma. And that is what I've done, you know what I mean?
From there. So even when you guys started to connect now and started to really work, where were some of the places you guys really started to go?
Well, Miss Jones, we did a lot of show across Canada. You know, we used to perform for a festival in Ontario where multiple different festivals come and watch you perform and they would book you for the festival. So we go Quebec, we go all over Canada, you know what I mean? So Miss Jones is really the one who responds for Exco Levi when it comes to expanding the brand Exco Levi across Canada because she's known in the industry. But when it comes to Europe and those places, I would have to give it to Sizzla because they're the only one who first brought me into Europe and introduced me to the people, you know what I mean? So that is where it is. Across Canada, I would give it all in all to Denise Jones because she's connected with most of the festival, and then most of these festivals that I've done, some of these festivals I've done in Canada is festival owner reach out to me via Facebook and I would just pass it over to Miss Jones. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they don't know how to get to Miss Jones or whatever, so they just reach out to me and just pass it on to Miss Jones. You know what I mean? So and I've never signed a contract with Miss Jones before, Jones and Jones. We just brethren, we just work and just know, say, you know, that's how it go. And money make. If no money no make, no money no make. And that's what kept that bond with me and Miss Jones for over 15 years, you know what I mean?
That's how long you guys were working for?
Years, whole by years.
Because what I see with what she did with the company, she exposed you to certain aspects of the business that if you probably weren't with her, you might have got there, but she knew how to get you into places with TD, with certain different things. They know how to get you into that type of space.
That's what she have. She was well connected. You know what I mean? So she was well connected. And then I remember the first time we're gonna apply for a grant. Come in, I used to have dialogue and have beat, and she said, "Yo, we don't know if we're going to get it." So Mr. Miss Jones with 3 Juno Award win, and we've been touring on our own. I would really like to see the reason why we don't get it. She said, "You know, you have a point." Me say, if grant is to develop artists and help artists, right? Artists. And if some artists never won a Juno before, and them still get help. So me say, with 5, me say, listen, we have the repertoire. Me and Miss Jones believe is like we have set a precedence where we can approach any company.
For sure.
Because when you approach a company, you can tell a company, say, hey, this guy won 5 Juno Awards. So you have to go have a good answer to give me why you can't help me. And we always live by that. You know what I mean? I remember we have a publicist who tell me, say, they don't think so we can get because we're black without the Juno Award. And they must say, you don't think so E.T. would interview Exco Levi. Miss Jones said, what you talking about? And Miss Jones walks straight to him and said, this guy is a 5-time Juno Award winner. I must say, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just we understand each other. We just know what can work for you. And there are something people can't deny now. You can't, or you're gonna deny the work that this person put in. You know what I mean? Once it's there and sometimes who you interview never even close to have the track record of what this person, you know what I mean? So we understand that and we just use it, we just use that and just strive, you know what I mean? That's what we use.
A lot of times we discourage ourselves from going to these places where we belong also.
Good.
You understand?
I remember people tell me that we would never perform on CBC Music Festival. Tell Miss Jones, say, listen, CBC not gonna book Exco. And we do, they approach us. They say, you know what I mean? So it's just, you know, it's hard to explain. But the thing is, once I was driving to this interview, I was thinking about it. I was saying, listen, one time Donovan Germain told me that each song is like pregnancy. It have to show. And I would tell all of my artists, bridging them out there, all of my fellow artists out there, young artists who's striving and trying to establish in this music business. Listen, don't play a song, man. Do music. Go back in the studio and do music. Let me tell you something. You see, once you find a hit song, don't tell your enemy comes down on your doorstep and said so. I wait to call all the man we eat like pies. Because guess what now? Don't listen. Me no beg. DJ or read a person ever play Exco Levi song. Never. You know why I don't do that? Because guess what? If them don't like the song, them only play it because you're there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's so if me, when you're gone.
So if me give, when you're gone. So if me give Stina something, say Stina, so that's something I work with. If you like it, get a strength. Yeah. You see it? So if you don't genuinely love it, you're going to wait till you see Exco Levi come to the club. And you know, say Exco Levi, I listen to the radio, that's when they play it. Because you can't make people love a song that them. I feel that energy that say, you know, so I really love that Exco Levi song. So artists out there, my fellow artists out there, just go and record song because once you find the song, all I will hear it, you have to go play it. Because guess what, if you don't play it, you feel lonely. Because everybody else play it and say, what the body's Exco Levi, this. You have to play it because people say, oh, come here and play the body song. So each song is like pregnancy. It has to show. You know what I mean? So, and sometime, one time Busy called me and he said to me, say, Exco, when you go in the studio and you sing one song, and you put it out and you get the best. And you not got number 1 on the chart. What you do? I'm quiet on the phone. The man say, go back in the studio, man. Yeah. The man say, Exco, you have all the person should know best because you've been around me and say, me not call the bench. She call and me not answer. She just try, go on experiment. Go on experiment with music. Because guess what? Something I release a music now, and you think say it's a last music. Well, there's no such thing as last music. Once it's positive and once it's good. Because guess what? Sometime in the next 40 years from now, a movie company I search through the internet and I say, for me now, music is like a legacy for me now, I'm 40 years old, Because even if I find a Billboard number 1 song now, how long can I tour that song? I'm 40 years old now, You understand what I'm saying to you? So guess what? For me, music is just, I have a body of work out there. But God forbid, if when it's time for me to drop flesh and leave this earth, a movie company, I search on the internet and find a song and say, who is this youth? My pitney, I benefit from that. I saw me pre-music.
Because of the seeds that you sowed right now.
So it's all about sowing good seed. It's not all about someday I put out a song now, man, I don't go number one. Nobody watch that. Put out more song. You know what I mean? Put out more song because you don't know which song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or when. Because you can't put the time in for music. No time in can go for music. You tell us, say, this I forgot number one. No. Not say it work. Sometime the next 5 years from now, the next 15, 20. Sometime you may never go, but when you're dead or gone, you're picking them.
It just randomly, somebody picked it up somewhere.
Go somewhere. I remember when 2018 I was in Helsinki, Finland. And I have a look at idea, you know, man. You know what I mean? Like me, I say, Wagwan. You know what I mean? I'm a call Busy Signal keyboard player, Brent. And I say, yo, me have an idea, but yeah, we should me fit pan. He said, we should me say, bam, bam.
Bam.
And the man say, Exco, bam, bam. You really want to go this, so enough people try for that me, even though. The man say, I could build something similar to Bam Bam, but no Bam Bam, I will build Wagwan. I go to Jamaica, Damien Gale shoot the video. It was last month. I signed it for a movie on CBC. What's the burp? I mean, I look into it and I say, you see it? Don't try. You know what I mean? Music is just gonna fall in place. If
just
you love it,
create and put out.
It was just last month. Them request that song to be a part of a movie series and CBC, and this is my third song that's in a movie. You know what I mean? And when them approach me, just I laugh in my mind. I say, Exco, see it? You put a song there, you know go number one. Nobody at Jamaica probably never hear that song before. But guess what? It's in a movie. The movie's called What's the Burp? And CBC movie series that beside me registered for it last month. Produced by me along with Busy Signal keyboard player Brent. Big up yourself.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So just do music, man. Just do the work and make it flow.
Put it out and let it do what it's going to do.
Good.
You understand?
Yeah,
Busy Signal. When did you guys really link and probably started to even do stuff on the road and really even start recording music together?
Well, as I said, that first introduction the day when I walk in the studio and record, from there now, every morning me used to go to Penthouse Record. And every morning I walk into Penthouse, Busy I drive in Nine Range. I go sit down on a mango tree. Every morning, and then him start reason. And I get to realize that Busy is a different dude. Like, you will never understand Busy if you never reason with him. You know what I mean? People might say Busy, enough people afraid of Busy to say, oh boy, I'm on it. That, but it's just a youth where my experience with Busy, I don't have nothing bad to say about Busy Signal. You can tell a man that's straight. You know what I mean? And next man experience is different from me. I don't have nothing bad to say about Busy Signal. Because the reason why I can't have nothing bad to say about Busy Signal, when I was at Penthouse, as a young artist, I strive. This man look for me and say, I can't Exco with me. I remember say Busy do dancehall and reggae, and he's a culture, Rasta, and he must say, and anytime he touch the road with Busy, we go Dubai with Busy, we go Africa, we go, and me not ask if me are working. Me know me are working. Me go. I thought me not go fish just to go see.
Look, yeah.
Me know me I perform. Cause I make sure say me perform. If I interview, you watch all the Busy interview them. If you know him say Exco Levi, you know what I mean. And then when you were recording reggae music again album for Jukebox, I was writing most of those songs with the right at 2 point. You know what I mean. All through those songs. And when Busy got L. We dead there as a family. When Busy forward back from L, and we go pick him up at the airport. Me and Romy and Shane, bro, and we go pick up. So I'm a brother that virgin. Without life, Busy Signal, I want them youth the way. I can call, me can do country right now. And me can say, hey, I know someone come at 2 point. You know what I mean? It's a virgin like that. And I think it cut different from music. It's just a family, you know what I mean? And him never show I no bad face before, and him never make me feel less of an artist before. Him ever say, Exco, do your thing, man. And I learn a lot from him. Even this way I tell you, say, just put music out there. Because I remember when Busy came back from L, Busy done a lot of songs. I remember Busy do a song for Joe Senovich, Joe Bogdanovich. I said, yeah, man, and rental. Wait, Joe Senovich or Joe Bogdanovich? Yeah, but Joe Bogdanovich. You know, my business do a song for them, and then I rent a plane and sit and them song they put out, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what if Busy they give up and say, why? I love it. You see, man, me I watch big old football and see Messi a juggle. Boom, yeah. Purr. I'll turn more, the man come and say, for them stairs, so I say, when him forward from L, what if he give up and say,
sure.
Why?
Yeah.
You know, so you know? But the man tell me, say, Exco studio, my workplace, every day. Them man in a studio and Busy, them successful in music. I see them on the full stadium all over the world. I travel with them. Stadium, people can't come in. Many money touch a Zimbabwe, you can YouTube it. People that do can't forward in. Stadium full. And then when they got studio, then when they work ethic when they come to music, different. Every day you car business now in that big yard. In a studio. You know what I mean? And then that's why I feel my own studio in my yard. Me know how to my studio every day, I go ping pong.
Something might come out.
You don't know. Just go and record.
Turn on the machine and just go.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, because our studio work, you know. Our studio work, 80, 90% of the energy we put in a studio, you have to leave 10% for the natural mystic. Let me repeat it again. 90% of your hard work, putting the rhythm together, make sure it's on key. But you see, there's a natural mystic is the 10%. You see that upon it? You need that because that doesn't natural. You just come here and write a song and one company come in and give you the baddest line. Or somebody will know not about music and you say, yo.
That's the natural mystic.
Natural mystic of the upon it, yeah, man. So that needed. That needed for you to have a successful song. You need to have the natural thing where you never plan for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That this type of blueprint. It just happen. Mother Nature just say that, man. And you just gone. That's how music go.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. So leave yourself open at all time. You know what I mean? Just create, but leave yourself open. And if you listen to a rhythm, because I have a style when I listen to the rhythm. If I listen too much, I'm not hear nothing. I turn off the computer and go to my bed. You know what I mean? I listen back tomorrow.
Reset your meds.
Yes.
You come back tomorrow.
Yes.
You have a fresh idea, a fresh way of thinking.
Right, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
How many songs did you record with Busy?
Man, Busy we have one unreleased song.
Yeah.
Yeah, one unreleased song. But the one that released, me and him are running from the law with me and him are Romeo and Virgo.
Yes.
Send his album. Running from the law. Yeah, me and him are
Okay. How did you guys all three of you guys come up with that song?
Because everybody used to be at Penthouse.
Yeah.
And when as I said, when Busy, I recorded the Reggae Music Again album, we were all there, you know what I mean, as family, as a brethren, you know what I mean, sharing lines and, you know what I mean, and putting ideas together. So that's how that song came about. I believe we recorded that song at Tough Gang, you know. Yeah, man. Reggae Music Again. And then we have a next song with Busy called
Wicked Evil Man.
Wicked Evil Man, produced by a guy in the States. Yeah, me and Busy up on that one also. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So you guys toured a lot, you guys did a lot of recording, you guys did a lot of stuff together.
A lot of stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So big up Busy, anyway, stand up.
And even this is another part of you, an extension of you, High Priest Music and High Priest Band. How did you come up with that there?
Well, you know, I always dream of having my own band, you know what I mean? So High Priest Band came about by Clean. Clean is my drummer. You know what I mean? Me and him become brethren. And I was in Jamaica actually when he put the band together and just find some musician and put it together and we start verse. And we travel a lot of places all over Canada, you know what I mean? By bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, traveling through Babylon by bus. We drove to the US. And I just recently rebooked for a show in Maine called Pint Reggae Festival. And I remember we did it 2018. We drove all the way and we did around 3 shows on our way to that festival. We're going back there this year. And I mean, it's a big up the whole High Priest Band. And I mean, most of the musicians in High Priest Band, like for instance, the keyboard player, Duke Dawes, he's a stalwart musician. He used to play for Jimmy Cliff, Barry Salmon. That is the husband of Sizzla Kalonji. They used to play with Barry. He's my keyboard player for years. You know what I mean? Okay. So they are all seasoned musicians. You know?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, man. Duke Dawes. I think he's one of the most acclaimed reggae musician we have here in Canada today. You know what I mean? Because as I said, it with Jimmy Cliff. Yeah. With Barry for years. You know what I mean? And he's also
say those two?
He's a Juno award winning producer. Remember that. Remember that. Sizzla Kalonji. His wife is a Juno award winning artist also, and he's the one who produced. He's a Juno award winning producer also. Yeah, man.
Definitely. So then that's how High Priest and everything came along. Because I know you linked with Busy, that's cool, but I know you also linked with like Chronixx, Kabaka Pryamid, Ibamar, all of these people right here. How did that connection come around?
Well, I think in 2013, I mean, when them say Reggae Revival, I was in Jamaica that time, and I think my song started playing on the radio around the same time. Too, the Bleaching Shop song, Storms of Life in Europe. So, you know what I mean? I think Kabaka Pryamid introduced me to Chronixx. Yeah, me and Iba are bridging from a long time. So it's just one connection. But me and Kabaka and me, Kabaka and Iba more. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I know Chronixx well. You know what I mean? I think I saw him one time in Europe. I saw him one time at the Sierra Nevada Music Festival. You know, one time we did Sting. Remember, one time, 2013, all of us did Sting.
Yep.
That was the first time performing on Sting. So that's how the connection made, you know what I mean? Jesse Royal likewise too. And I have a song with them too, you know. Because VP Production put out a tribute CD for Dennis Brown. And one of the songs on it is called Rasta Children with me, Kabaka, Chronixx, Jesse Royal, Jamil, Kelisa, Kes Dambi. Yeah, man. It named Rasta Children. So if you go on YouTube and put Chronixx, Rasta Children, you see all of us is on it.
Oh, you got another big one you did with Kabaka Pryamid.
Yes, Strive.
Massive
well,
song.
Well, listen now, that song's a Juno award-winning song too, Silly Walks. I was in Germany with Silly Walks, and I said, listen, when you guys go to Jamaica, make sure you find Chronixx, them mute the body, you know. And I sit in and I say, Chronixx, I say, yeah man, when you go to Jamaica, make sure you find them artists, them and the Chronixx and the Kabaka Pryamid and the Iba them. That me I tell them, you know. So I remember when they met the rhythm. Yeah. And them come to Jamaica and them father Jamaica and them say, Vice Chronixx, you know. I say, hey, man say, you want to hear a song? I say, no, because you never Vice Pan the rhythm yet. I say, no. Yeah,
you didn't want to.
Yeah, so and one time I went to check them uptown. And Chronixx come check them, but my Chronixx never thought. I just see him come collect. I never if I have a piece of cookie, he come collect from him. But he come check Silly Walks. I say, oh, Chronixx. But me know. But the first time I hear Chronixx song, I know that there was something special about him. I know that he was different. Yeah, and then me end up getting the rhythm now, having the rhythm. I'm just call Kabaka Pryamid. I'm saying, I'm going to do something. I recorded Strive on the rhythm at Kabaka's house, and in Kingston. Yeah, man.
Yeah, big song. Another one that came, but this was 2014. Another massive song, Welcome the King. Okay,
Welcome the King is my first movie signed song. Yeah, it was signed to a movie called Chameleon. You know what I mean? And that song was produced by Keelstone Records out of the States. They're the one who produced this Take It Easy song also. He's a very good producer from the state. I met him online too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Welcome the King is a big song. I have to perform that song anywhere I go in the world.
You have thing here. You have the visuals for that also.
Yeah. I shot the video in Kingston, Walton Park. Yeah, man.
So now you're doing all this wonderful stuff everywhere, right across the world, Jamaica and everywhere now. You're getting a lot of respect and everything. So now when you came back to Canada, was it the same energy you're getting outside, or what was that like now, the reception? Because now you're back at home.
Well, the reception is good from the fans. You know what I mean? When I touch on the street, you know what I mean? When I go on the soccer field, people are always excited to see Exco Levi. When I touch at Eglinton, people say, oh, Exco Levi, because them hear the work and them know of the work that I've put in, you know what I mean, over the years. So they respect Exco Levi. But you see, as a humble youth now, me not really. Me it's all about putting in the work. I don't really watch if a person fight me or you know what I mean. I'm not on that wavelength. Me just live my life and just happy and just sing song. You know what I mean. If a person love Exco Levi, I love. If you don't love me, I just say go. I love everyone. You know what I mean. I just do music and free spirit with treading free. You know what I mean.
Good to go. So it was a good vibe when you came back home and everything.
Yeah, man. Everybody love Exco Levi.
Definitely there. So then bring it up to 2017. This is now when you put out another album with Silly Walks called Liberty. And this had on a crazy song with Sizzla called Burn. Because remember, at the beginning, you told me that one of the first songs that really got you into was the Sizzla.
No, yeah, I remember what going. Well, Narrative, the album called.
Yes.
Narrative, yeah. So Narrative, now Silly Walks decided to put out a full-length project with Exco Levi. You know, the Sizzla song came about with a brethren I know him, King Isis. He's a good friend with Sizzla. You know what I mean? And he's a herbal doctor. He wants Sizzla brethren. And I have a radio man say, "Come on, make Sizzla do a song." And he introduced me to Sizzla. The first time Sizzla was like, you know what I mean? And Sizzla look at man and me start singing a song say, "Living in Rome, my people, oh safe you are. Away from your home, I tell you are oh so far." Like, you don't even understand the Sizzla. I said, remember there's a church, me I come home from, you know, when the man put him headphone over me, he's like saying, I say, yes, listen that. You know what I mean? So it was a joy to meet Sizzla, you know what I mean, and actually recorded a song with him. Sizzla, big up yourself. I think Sizzla Kalonji is a living legend.
100%.
Without the word of apology. You know what I mean? I just want to put that out there. Sizzla Kalonji is a living legend amongst us. And I was having this conversation with someone today, you know. Anyone I say this publicly on this platform. Anyone that says that music don't influence the masses, they're a liar, and the truth is not within them.
Yeah.
The reason why I can say that is, big up every artist out there. Because I cut against no artists, you know. Every youth I do them break, I get the people them, I get the people beating them. But you can't tell me, so the music where you sing and the words when you sing your song don't influence youth. You're a liar, the truth is not within you. You know why I can say that? I remember when Sizzla Kalonji and Capital Rise, all my bad man friend them from Clarendon have calabash stuck in their waist and turban of upside. Enough of them are rasta up till today. So anyone out there who thinks that music don't influence the youth, someone is a liar. The truth is not in you. Nobody can. When Sizzla and Capital boss, brother, all my bad man friend them from Clarendon, everybody ras up and a chad. I like tell Fireball.
Listen,
good.
It shifted the entire culture.
The shift. So right now, when a man come sing about shoot and kill, and you want to tell me say that don't influence a liar, but you want to tell me people say that it disgusts me so bad. But I tell you, music do influence the masses. Yo, the youths that will listen to an artist more than even politician or them pastor. Because every local youth at Jamaica right now can sing every song. Where young youth them sing right now. The violent song them about kill, you know what I mean? Intellectual murder people, edition. The youth them know it. So don't tell me say music don't influence the masses. I mean not fight against the youth brother, big up every youth, but I have to tell them say, make sure say, don't say it, brother. Because I lie that tell the truth down there. If you say the music don't influence or dance alone have nothing to do with, don't say yo, and then people say that, it irritates me so much because me know a lie. Because we can give you a perfect example. When Kalonji boss,
it shifted everything.
It shifted everything when people and them boss on a chat. Every youth said so. I like me tell Muslim.
Everybody was holding the eye.
Everybody holding the eye budget. So okay, so if them shift the energies now, so now if I play a gun song and killing song, why you think say the energy don't shift back?
Yeah.
You deal with it if you think that, you know what I mean? And it's the truth, Bridget. Me I tell a man that and then people say it upset me so much. I say, yo, dancehall don't have nothing to do with. Don't say that lie when I tell Bridget.
It's a music influences, yes, but you still have to have your head on your shoulders to be firm in yourself to a level. But music definitely influences.
Of course. Let me tell you. You see them a young youth, yeah? We you just back to what you just said a while ago. There are certain, I remember people developing and people growing up. When you reach a certain age, have a certain experience of life and know what life is all about, especially when you start having kids. Then music can influence you because you start to understand yourself. But if you look at you now, we are 16, 17 years old, we just come out of school and is idol, is you. His idol is you. Him pastor them idol, him teacher them idol. Him idol at the Dan, him idol at the Dan, him idol at the artist. When my ear in my headphone, when I walk and listen to every day, when I sit on TV, my dress like. See my let me tell you think you go influence him. You see me because you are him idol. Remember saying imagine artist to a youth in a virgin is different, you know. Artist to a youth is different. Think about what I'm saying to you. They believe the artist more than even past, you know. Or them teacher, you know. Yeah, because they must see themselves. Because they must tell themselves, then if the artist do that, I can't talk across the world and I can't do it too, you know. Exactly. Yeah, man.
You get it, definitely. Narrative out and everything. What did this do for your career? Was this one of the that you won the Juno for also?
No, because I remember narrative release. What song of a narrative nominated for the Juno? None. I think my last Juno award winning was Siren, and Siren is produced by Reggaeville. Reggaeville, and Reggaeville is one of the biggest reggae website in the world. I must big up Reggaeville too. So just like I big up you earlier on, Reggaeville is a stalwart with the industry too. You know what I mean?
Because they're out of Europe.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of good stuff. So then after 2017, what do you start? You were putting out more singles, or you put out another? No, it was more singles you were putting out.
Yeah, more singles. More singles. I just put out from 2017, 18, I did my narrative tour. Because the album released 2017. I did a narrative tour 2018. I think that's the most show I ever did across Canada. I did probably almost 40 shows across Canada. Never know.
Canada?
Yeah.
We're not talking.
No,
period,
this is what I couldn't believe. That we so much show could actually.
But then this is what I'm saying, especially being with Jones and Jones, Denise Jones and stuff. They knew some pockets that you would never think of getting in before they could get you into those places.
Yeah, that's true. We did everyone 40 shows across Canada that year. We did London to New Brunswick to Quebec to we go to Vancouver. We did around 5 shows in Vancouver, Nanaimo. Vancouver Island, we did Burlington, I never even know that there's a reggae summer fest that kept in London. Did you know that?
No.
2018, I never know that reggae some splash or some fest, why that? In London, Ontario right there. We did the 2018 to Ram. Like Rama, and look, London is just probably an hour and a half away.
You're supposed to know what's going on.
I'm like, bro. So there is over 250 festivals in Ontario only.
In Ontario?
Know that? Yeah. That means, let me tell some people these things. Remember, Canada have 3 territories. You have Northwestern Territory, you have Ontario. There is over 250 festivals that keep only in Ontario only every year. And when I talk about festival, I'm not talking about reggae festival. I'm talking about festival, multicultural festival. Did you know that? Okay, so that means that artists can tour in Ontario alone for the year. You never know that?
No, and that's something I'm pretty sure most artists have no clue about.
I'm telling you, there are. You can Google it. Over 250 festivals, multicultural festivals that kept in Ontario every year. That means if we do 100 shows in Ontario every year, anything else we get out of Canada is bonus, you know. This is 100 shows by lad. If we get 100 shows in Ontario, I remember summertime, festival time, August, June, July, August, 3 months. If we do 100 shows in those 3 months, we can sit down and relax, you know. Yeah, so and then 2018 was when I realized how much festival. That is the reason why, as an artist too, you have to make sure say, can the business change? You know, whatever songs you're singing as a reggae artist right now, it have to be can place on these multicultural festivals. Else you're gonna sing for yourself and your friend them alone. So if your songs, if you can't go on stage, go represent with many different multicultural people there. You're gonna last never. You can't go on the stage, go sing about no chopping business, guy. Then people don't know what you talk about. You know what I mean? This is multicultural festival. So when I say festival, I'm not talking reggae festival. Like, I'm not talking about festival, I'm not talking about reggae alone. I'm talking about festival in general because reggae music is a universal music. Some people like to make it think like reggae is a niche market. I don't know where they get it from because reggae music people on all continents in the world. However, there are people who are curious about reggae. So then we have a jazz festival, but around the discussion table putting it together and I say, let's put look at reggae, man, you know what I mean?
You understand?
So these are the people that we should try to target here in Canada. The Ribs Festival, you know what I mean? The beer festivals and all those things. These people excited to have look at reggae for them thing, you know? That means you have to make sure so whatever you're going to represent to them. I remember saying, you know, they love Bob Marley and they love Peter Tosh, you know?
Which is reggae.
Which is reggae, you know. So you see, whatever you present to them, you can't go chat nothing, you know. No, you can't chat. You get the message. You can't chat nothing because them people know Bob and love Bob, you know. So them not expect you to sound like Bob, you know. But them expect whatever you present to them
in that spirit
the spirit of love and togetherness and united them, because that is the only reason why they would think to consider you anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as an artist, you have to make sure so you sang them. I like to put it this way. If your daughter teacher invite you to come down at the school to perform, you must can have a song to sing. Because you can't go down and go sing about chop and skin out and the catches. You know what I mean? If let me repeat again, if your kid's teacher say, listen, your dad is an artist, let him come down to the station. Down at the school to perform for us Friday. What are you gonna sing?
Yeah.
You chopping cane? Are you chopping rain? You know what I mean? So you have to know what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You have to know where. And as I said, I'm not fighting against no youth bread, because we are ghetto youth and everybody try to make it out of the ghetto. We are poor people pitney. But just think about these things when you're creating. And one time I hear somebody, I believe an assassin me said this are Bujo. Dancehall don't have me to be slack, you know. Dancehall not have to be slack. Slack. Let me tell you something. When the slack is music, a soca music, but you can't tell. Metaphorically. I like that.
You understand, but
that's like a saltfish and them song. We think about that
come
one.
on, boss.
We know these things, though, but it's just lyrical, poetical skill. You know what I mean? You know, for playing words and you know what I mean? Make people think.
But most music general right across the board is quote unquote slack, you know.
Yeah, but I just think how you present it. So the thing is now, I think with dancehall, boy, I tell you, I know dancehall is just an unruly part of this is by that way, boy. Both time I listen to dancehall song, I say, Jaja, boy. And then, you know, seems like you bash them because we get to youth as me mentioned, and we are poor people, but you wish if them have guidance and you can tell them, say, oh, brother. Instead of, when I record them song there, because guess what, I listen to them, you know, because some of them nice and I love the melody, you know, and
the energy
the vibe,
and the vibe,
you know what I mean? But if you were in the studio, you wish you did the nice thing for them, say, not say that, man. Say it so. If you say it so, people are going to know so that you mean, but them can't say it. You wish if you could have did it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When them creative process, we just tell them, say, you don't have to be so ranchy, man. You need really friendly song. You know what I mean, man? You need song where, because I tell you, muscle, when you talk about big artists, this is just my opinion. You have hit song and you have popular song, you know. You see popular song, you and your friend them know it. And the people that live in Toronto and live in New York and the diaspora know it. You see hit song, you will see a Indian youth over Brampton right now and say, oh, you know Toast? I say, oh, you know Shaggy? So as an artist, we should strive to have hit song, not popular song where your friend them know. And the people that live in New York and the people that live in Toronto and where, and I tell you need song where represent. We meet on Chin Radio downtown. Yeah. Some white station where, you know, you hear Shaka Demos and players that play upon it.
Why can't you go there too?
You know what I mean? So I think that artists, the young dancehall artists, them right now, them now see this song, and there's nobody to teach them and say, brother, see them, man, I saw it done, you know. I saw it done, you know.
You're not saying they can't use the same rhythms that they're using, even the same flows and stuff. Yes. It's just how you're presenting this package.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could cover it up a bit.
Cover it up a bit because you want a song we can represent no one forever. It's not from here to your toenail. You know what I mean? It can represent on all platforms across the world, on all radio station. It can fit in for any festival, any multicultural festival. It can fit in. I do Europe, I do in Austria. I do a festival named Reggae and the Hills. Somewhere in Austria, and I watch something they perform. Inner Circle. I must say Inner Circle is an older band in a way. The band can see better. The man have every kind of song. Alright, you see after 2018 tour, that's when I decided to start do some more modern song because I was on tour and I watch Taros perform. I don't know if I tell it already this way. When I watch them before 2018, my set used to be the straight reggae.
You could tell.
Straight roots reggae. Me start to change it. No. I can't perform for 1 hour on stage and just have straight roots reggae. You need dimension in your show. When me look and me see Taros them run out and say, she begin her body. We tell you she ready. Brother, how me see play? King, actually because it's a Europe now, I think the people are gonna love them love it, you know. But them appreciate, you know. Mama look a princess, gone bad. Daddy look a angel. Brother, yes, no, yes, come on. You have to start with some more tempoed song. Alright, when we watch Inner Circle. When them sing. So what she get high? So what she smoke weed? They said, no, let's go. You have to find some look modern type of, that's how you see me start to song like Intentions with, you know what I mean, and take it easy some more, you know what I mean, fusion type of vibe. Yeah, but it's still clean. Like my granny here, Pran.
You understand. There was a name we brought up earlier, but this is what I want to know because she had passed last year, Denise Jones. What was a conversation, a situation, or something that she told you that you never forget ever, that you take with you for the rest of your life?
Why? So much, but I get two. First one is, there's a lot of times, a lot of opportunity came up where we could thief money, or be dishonest. You know what I mean? And she would always say, it's not easy to explain a lie, you know. Bro, these things, Bridget, man, yo, brother, I'm telling you the truth, you know. When she always say, it's not easy to explain a lie, but it's very easy to explain the truth. Because you don't have to plan nothing mentally. My lad, that cut she said, listen, practice to walk under the light. That, Bridget, I'm not even understand. So sometimes, you know, as me said, there's a lot of time when we could have weave and baffle around, even with grants, money and everything. Then she said, walk. It's not easy to explain a lie. You know what I mean? And we don't enough. And she always say, when they enough people say enough things, you know, and chatting, she said, when them punch low, we punch high. I'll never forget those words. Those words ribbit in my subconscious mind forever because them guide me. Because enough of time, even now, there's a certain decision where me for make and me just remember hearing him voice. I say, yo, when Miss Jones, I said, and I say, walk, do the right thing. And next thing, she tell me, say she remember when the Juno Awards approached her to be the chair of the board, the Juno Award board. That time reggae wasn't even in the Juno as a category. And she told me that she tell him, say, listen, there's only one way I'm going to be the chair of this board unless reggae have its own category. Bro, you know how deep that is? The reason why that is so deep is any 75% of the people that you know and me know who just go for the opportunity. This is Canada, this is Juno Award winner. Them who know I think
for the bigger picture. The
bigger picture. Like, this is the culture. The average person who knows I think self. You know what I mean? I say, yo, what? I'm going to represent. She said, listen, I would not take that position if we don't have our own genre. And I think that's one of the deepest things that Miss Jones done. When she tell me that story, she said, yeah, man, I tell him, say, I can't be the chair if my culture is not represented. So she wasn't thinking self. She was thinking culture and thinking our community. You know what I mean? So she's the legend.
What was your last conversation like with her?
Last conversation. Oh, yes, I remember. Last conversation with her, she want to go to Regina Bell concert 1 week before she did her operation. And I said, you're not going to come? And I said, Miss Jones, remember, she wanted to go to that concert. You know what I mean? But she never ended up going. Her family say no, because she'd have an operation on the weekend. But that was the last conversation I have with her. And I went to look for her in the hospital. You know what I mean? Just okay, we sing. Me along with the band, the High Priest band, we went there. We have prayer meeting with her. Okay. Yeah, in the hospital at her house. We sing and we pray and you know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
No, definitely, because she left such a mark on the industry and even on you yourself that her memory is going to live on forever. You understand?
Forever.
She had a way of saying things, doing things that a lot of people didn't understand, but once you understood and she brought you in, you would see this lady here. This lady was amazing, boss.
No, she's anyway. Me and her step. She lit up the room, man. Me and her step on the red carpet, man. You would think that she's the publicist, even though we are a publicist, because everybody who have met in this industry, they would be like Miss Jones. As them see me, they say Miss Jones. You know what I mean? Because she never afraid to approach nobody, no care how big you is. And she wasn't afraid to speak her mind. And I have share a story with you. When Miss Jones used to do shows for me, like tech bookings, she used to have a way like, if somebody call her, she would call me and say, the person have this money for you to perform, you know. So I say, Miss Jones, yeah man, that good man. Yeah, no, it's not good. I say, if them give you this, them can't give you this, you know. So I say, what do you mean? I say, if them suggest this, them can't go more. I say, Miss Jones, leave the people alone because we don't want to go too hard and push out yourself. She said, listen, okay, if I get more, you have to raise my commission. The next day she called me and said, you have to raise my commission. And I was telling you earlier on, more time she charged some people some money for some show and me a cuss. And I said, Miss Jones, I used to pay me 500 for perform Punjab band, and she always laugh, you know what I mean? it's, you know what I mean? It's a journey. I will cherish our memories forever, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Denise Jones, yeah, man.
You get it there. You brought it up earlier, some songs off of it. Your Black Creek mixtape.
Yeah.
What was the whole meaning behind that? No, because as you said, this is when you really, it has some different type of vibe on it.
Yeah.
Where you have for the girls, for the man, you still have the cultural, but the beats are a little different.
Yeah, beats are different, fusion, you know? And everybody on that production are Canadian content, because even the rhythm, most of the rhythm on that project is from Consequence Music, and Consequence Music, they are known producers in Jamaica, they're based in Calgary. Yeah, so everybody on that project is Canadian, mix them, smoke shop, big up yourself, you know what I mean? So we just do a project representing us, you know what I mean? I name it Black Creek because I used to live at my two kids them born on the bank of the creek, you know what I mean? And it's kind of my area, so just name it Black Creek, you know what I mean?
Because I know one of the songs off of it is Intentions with Tiffany Malvo. And if a lot of people aren't aware, Tiffany Malvo is the daughter of Anthony Malvo.
Yeah.
How do you guys connect and do a song like that?
Well, you know, she live in Brampton, I live in Brampton. Me and our brothers, them are brethren. Me and her brethren too. You know what I mean? We link up on the football field all the time and play ball, and she's a great artist, you know what I mean? So we always link up and write songs together. And this song in particular, we just listen to the rhythm and she just come in my mind, you know? No, when me I do the project, she come and say, Exco, don't leave it for the Black Creek mix, you know? So me know, so she go cuss. And I say, me left her off, so me say, so the idea came up. And I call her and I say, oh, me find a song for me, you know, me write the chorus and everything. And I said, just write the verse. And she just write fair verse. She came in the studio with us, you know, straight it out. And I think it's a good song. The video is nice too, and people love it. Intentions, you know.
The visual is good too.
Yeah.
Another visual that came off of it was called Mankind.
No, Mankind. No, that song is. I never. My love for this song never developed 100% until I went back to Jamaica, because I was in Jamaica for 3 months. And every youth in the community, every part of the community, they must say, "Oh, that Mankind song." You know what I mean? They really love it. So that's when I start to listen good. Because that song is deep, you know. You know what I mean? Remember I say another song, I say, get this to your head. Like the angle. Get this to your ears. Like the angle and a Ray-Ban. You know what I mean? One man is an island. Cayman. Be careful how you spread your bed. I mean, I talk Divan. You know what I mean? So the argument big. That song, the Mankind. You know what I mean? Living in this world of dirty habit. People only care about your wallet. Them not really know how you are managed. Only one to know you bring them baggage. Alright. And not everybody solid. Not for them are people savage. Study them, I'm in the college. And that's how me get the knowledge. Mankind. Never put your trust in a man, cause then we take your life. I tell my brother and my sister, say you better be wise. Treading through this danger zone. Never ever trust your own. Mankind. Yeah, man, it's a wicked tune.
Big song there. Another one that you did that came off and it has visuals too is Take It Easy. But you collaborated with what's the individual?
Keelstone.
Yes.
They're the one who produced Welcome the King.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Take It Easy is my biggest song for the year. And I mean, even, you know, when I have to ask a person which song did better, like the views don't lie. When I check out the YouTube views and the response, I receive a lot of response about the Take It Easy song. People really love it, you know. And as I said, this is not roots reggae, but I'm happy to know that people embrace these songs even though they are not, you know what I mean, that deep roots reggae that they expected from Exco Levi.
The message is the message, because even if you go back to Bob Marley, not every single one of Bob Marley's songs were deep reggae. You understand?
Yeah,
they had a different type of vibe. Yeah. It's the message always remains the same.
Always the same.
You understand?
Consistent, yeah, man.
How is that thing there? How is that EP doing for you right now?
Well, Black Creek is the first EP that I've put out independently on the EPICC label, which is my label. I'm not telling a lie. I don't remember if I tell Swaby. When I saw my Zodiac report, I'm going to do some more. No, man. Anybody say music now sell, you see? I phone music now sell. You look at trick me. I like to tell. People just don't, if you don't say music, music now sell. People just now buy phone of music. But when I see my Zodiac report about this project that I put out independently, this is the first song project I put out independently under my label. And I like my Zodiac reporting look, you know what I mean? So I gotta do some more production.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, produce some other artists and them thing there too.
Take it from there.
Legacy, you know what I mean?
You understand?
Yeah, man.
Just create and put it out.
And put it out.
We're now in 2022. I know that they just dropped a new single for you on the King Sturgraph rhythm called Mekwachan.
Okay, well, Spunky Simeon, legendary Rastafarian. I was just talking to him today, you know, in terms of him actually put out the rhythm. You know what I mean? And song is, and it's a juggling Sizzla, them is on the rhythm too and everything. I haven't listened to the song as yet, but I recorded it around 5 years ago. So I'm going to listen to it tonight, but me say it sound good still, you know what I mean? I trust him still because he's a elder producer and, you know.
It sounds fresh, like this was something you just...
Yes, but I want to look out for my second release for 2022. It's a song called Puppet, produced by Penthouse Records. Coming soon. When that touch road, yeah. When the Puppet touch road, I really look forward to that tune, yeah. Yeah, man. Produced by Penthouse Records and it's mixed by Jukebox Shane Brown. I wrote this song around a year ago. Yeah, so Penthouse said them soon release it, so we just go and tease the people. It's called Puppet.
Puppet.
I mean, I'm going to not more, just know say Puppet it called. I'm going to brainstorm it's got that boy, I know. Yeah, man, but look out for it.
Definitely looking out for that. And you know, we've been in this pandemic now for basically 2 years. You as an artist now, which this is what you're doing. How has it been for you the past 2 years?
Well, you know, let's be honest. The music industry right across the board has get a slap in the face, you know what I mean? That's why I would tell all my fellow artists out there, whenever you start making money with music, invest in other businesses. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. You know what I mean? And that's why even though I don't perform, I still can survive and take care of my family. Because guess what now? The bills, never forget your address, you know. And the only thing I miss is just you never know that, baby. Most of them you say bills. When you come to your address and bills, you never miss yet. You know your address. So when you say artist and you make this big money and pop champagne and dash with someone way and invest in a year bank, make sure you say invest in our business. That means if you don't have a number one song, or if you're not getting any booking for any show, your thing now pop down. And that's the thing with Exco Levi. Me always just try to invest in some different thing. I'm a businessman apart from music. I own a trucking company.
Okay.
Yeah, from 2016. Big up Kevin. You know what I mean? Kevin Malcolm. They never mentioned in an interview. I was introduced to Kevin by Octane. You know what I mean? And you know, me and him apart from then, he have his own company and him kind of guide me to creating my own trucking company also. So me create my own trucking company. It's called Wall Express. WOL Express. WOL stand for Wayne Ford Omar Levi. Miss Jones give me that name too. She used to call me and say, Wall? I say, Wall? Wayne Ford Omar Levi. Even when she's sick, just before she passed out on her birthday, she called me and she said, Wayne Ford Omar Levi. And that's my right name, so I just use WOL, WOL, and it became my trucking company name. Yeah, and you know, so as me say, pandemic, you know, it bad musically. I just started getting back some bookings, you know what I mean? But I was able to survive because I was smart enough to invest in other things than music, you know what I mean? Because you can't think down one lane, you know what I mean?
And that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Exco, this conversation...
Deep, man.
Crazy.
Heart and soul, man. Heart and soul.
Yeah, man, no. Listen, we've reached a part now. Right now, the floor is yours. Anything you want to say, anybody you want to big up, leave some social contacts so they could check out your work and stuff. The floor is yours 100% right now.
Okay, well, the first person I big up are you. Thank you very much for having me. I bet you people, let me tell you something. Everybody who watches this podcast, they say, Muscle, I'm going to give him all the support. Make sure you subscribe to him thing. A long time the youth here, I support. Yo, listen, Muscle, you know, it's not only Canada, a worldwide, because reggae is reggae anywhere in the world.
Of course.
So if you support reggae, you support it anywhere in the world, and you support because I said it go, you know what I mean? And that just driving back to a promoter who I met in Austria. just a quick story. He told me that, listen, he said, you see, you and Chronixx and he called some name. You guys will forever perform on this festival, Ill Vibe Music Festival. You man say, you know why? You guys, basically, in Austria, the people from Austria used to have to drive to Spain to see the festival, to see Ratata Music Festival every year. So he came up with this idea when he said, okay, I'm going to put together a festival here in Austria so the people could go, but them have something close afoot. And he put together the Ilva. He said the first 3 years when he booked some artists from Jamaica, them stick him up. Even though them not understand the vision. The man said the first time when he go to the mayor of the city, the mayor of the city said to himself, what you want to do? Bring all of Europe junks to my city and turn him down in my lad.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, the year when me do it, I believe around 2 years or 3 years ago, just before pandemic, it ram. And the man say, you, Chronixx, and he can't some artists, you guys never pressure me. Because them time the man said, no, I can pay out because it developed. But when me this a start, the man say, book some artists to make a pressure and wicked in my lad. The man say, let's go. You say, sometimes I don't have money to pay them, because them nah see. Says that a thing me I try to build. So you and nobody at Jamaica don't know that better. Apart from artists. So sometimes even when Miss Jones do for the industry, people at Jamaica and people at New York, some people may not know where Uno do behind the curtain for the industry. You know what I mean? So Uno are some of the unseen angels where people have to know across the world. So anybody watch a podcast here, you have to know about these people because you might not see them on stage and see them on TV generally, but they are supporting the genre. You know what I mean? Because they support reggae in Canada, it means reggae in Jamaica too. Because reggae is reggae one way reggae spelling us. You know what I mean? So big up yourself. Big up everyone out there who play the music. You know what I mean? Who mixtape guy. You know what I mean? Sound man. Big up on yourself. You know what I mean? Big up every artist likewise. Big up on yourself. Big up every young artist who has tried, as we mentioned earlier in an interview, just go and do music and put it out there. Its song is like what? Pregnancy. It have to show. Good. This is Exco Levi. Big up everyone. You can find Exco Levi on all platforms at EXCO Levi. All platforms, they find me right there. You know what I mean? Bless that love. Thank you very much for having me.
Definitely. Before I get you out of here, you know the last thing I'm asking you for is a wicked muscle medley before we go.
Muscle medley.
Yeah, man.
Strive, never let them get you down. No time we are strive. Stumbling is not fall. Make sure you reach a finish line. Yeah. Say, while them a both say them a hit man, two line out to play the hit song, boy. I pre-drum and bass, and we no have no time for put no gun on waist. Me tell you no, while them a both say them a hit man. Welcome the king man cover every acres, leading out your army like Kobe and Lakers, yeah. Them say them really realize a faker, cause enough of them no ready jail after me. Lance, pon every thief, pon every rapers, every haters and every traitors, can't turn my people in no pot scrapers. Give them a puff chest with a few A's. That's how we say I never sees the fire when we put it around. We say I never let my people fight Babylon alone. You know what I mean? Big up
Exco.
Big up yourself.
Thank you so very much
respect
for coming through tonight.
Blessed.
You understand. Let me give you outro and get you out there, because this conversation,
deep,
wicked conversation. Deep. You understand?
Deep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Cuts Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.